I'm gonna take you traveling the world. But I can love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got. The fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die. Golden trinkets, mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
And welcome back, everyone. We've got another exciting retro run here. We've got dereklander up playing Crash Bandicoot 3, any percentage, no item glitch. And I just bothered him because I was kind of being a creeper and wanted to know what color his PlayStation 2 was. And it is the most amazing, sexy, silver slimline PS2. So, Derek, take it away. We got to see this.
Absolutely. Thank you for the warm introduction. My name is dereklander. I speedrun all types of Crash and Spyro games, but for today, at least for now, before we get to the other games, we're just going to do Crash 3. We're running on a PS2. Quick side tangent, PS2 is the fastest for PS1 games because we have a thing called fast disk speed. So like every loading screen is going to go quick, and we won't have to wait for that. But since I'm at the main menu, I'll get ready for the timer. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
It's running.
Appreciate it, thank you. So, the main mechanic of Crash Bandicoot 3 is going to be the slide jump. And the reason we do that is because every time you slide jump, you actually increase your basically neutral speed. Crash has a neutral like walking speed of like 7 units. Every time you slide, he jumps up to 12. So every time we enter a platforming level, we're just going to spam slide jump. It's going to be the main movement mechanic. But obviously we're not slide jumping, and that's because we're in underwater. Crash 3, unlike Crash 2 and Crash 1, introduces different levels. And because of that, you know, we have different gameplay mechanics. The first one we're going to encounter is scuba diving. The main mechanic of this is just get through it as quick as possible. We're going to spam the X button because it lets us swim faster. Even by spinning, we can also get a little bit of a speed boost. And that's about it. These levels, people don't really like. I don't mind, but they're definitely not the fan favorite when it comes to Crash 3. Also,
You don't mind getting wet, right?
no. Look, like I enjoy like this gameplay mechanic over like the motorcycle. We'll get into that, okay? So I definitely don't mind getting a little wet, getting my toes, you know, dipped in some water, and just like that, it's done anyway. It was literally so quick. Also, thank you for the Let's Go hammer. I see you. I was gonna DM you after this, but guess I'll just tell you now what's up. So that was the underwater level, pretty plain and simple. Here we have a Coco level. For some reason, like I said, Crash 3 has all kinds of different gameplay mechanics. And the first 2 warp rooms are just filled with them. And this one, we are going to play as Coco and basically just ride a little cute tiger. The main mechanic of this is quite simple. You hold the square button to dash, and we're not gonna let go of it, like, at all. We're just gonna hold it and just make our way through this. It's not a very tough level, but it's interesting. It's a cool setting. At the end of it, we will try to do a little animation skip. At the end of every, like, Pearl level, which is the tiger's name, so I keep mentioning that, you have to watch a cuddle animation where, like, Coco and the tiger, like, you know, kind of give it, like, a rub. But, so close. So close, actually. I think I'm inside it, even. So if I would have gone a little bit extra height with that jump, we would have skipped that. Apparently I was just short. That looked like barely off. I'm actually quite shocked that didn't make it. But, that's fine. And then, hey, since we're not doing platforming levels, how about a jet ski? Yeah. Remember how I said Crash 3 loves different, like, level themes and level ideas? Here's a jet ski. There was absolutely nothing interesting to say about this. I am just holding the gas pedal and just driving past everything, because for any percent, all we really need is the crystal. Every single box, every single ramp, we're just not gonna take. So these levels are definitely some slower points in the run, and definitely a good time for donations if you have any.
No new donations at the moment, but we are a third of the way to our goal. Exclamation point donation there, guys. Get your donations in to help out with our cause, which once again, our charity this time around is for Games for Love.
Ooh. Well, now I'm curious. Why don't you mind just, like, telling us a little bit about what that charity is about?
Yeah, absolutely. Games for Love is a public charity dedicated for easing suffering, saving lives, and creating sustainable futures for children. They, their thought process are thinking critically to solve problems on a global scale. Games for Love is creating holistically, and its programs are looking not just at symptoms of a problem, but how to eliminate root causes from a foundational level. So they do help children through their gifts and talents. Started in 2018, the impact began quickly with the goal to help millions of children around the world. So great organization, guys. So if you can get your donations in, help us raise that money and get us closer to that goal, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for that. I was actually interested. That wasn't just me asking because, like, you know, marathon like, you know, like, thing to do. Like, I actually, like, was interested. So appreciate the in-depth description. I seriously mean it. Those jet ski levels, there's not a whole lot to mention. So next time we get to another one, I'll probably just ask if you want to shout anything out again. But here we're in a platforming level, and with these ones, like I said, the main mechanic is just going to be slide jumping, and that's basically it. Triple mask is actually useful to have, because they increase Crash's speed. So, like I said before, he walks at like 7 like meters or something, like just some unit we came up with. But you know, when he slide jumps, he gets 12. But when he has triple mask, it gets increased by a multiplier. So because of that, every single platforming level we're in, we're gonna want triple masks, and we're just gonna want to try to breeze through them. Which is why I saved them for last, because I wanted to get masks in earlier stages and then come back for it. And then here's a very sick level. We're getting chased by a little dinosaur. It's not little, but you know, he's a little cute. And basically, this is the standard like Crash level. If you played Crash like 2 or 1, you've definitely seen this mechanic before. These are chase levels, which is where the camera is not pointed in front of Crash, but behind him, and he's being chased by something. The main difficulty of those levels, or these levels, is just memorization. Once you memorize where all the obstacles are at, the camera doesn't really, like, get in your way. But for beginner players, these levels can definitely be a little bit of a roadblock when you don't know what's coming up. Doing pretty good so far. This run has been very good. No huge mistakes, but usually that doesn't start until the later levels. So I gotta definitely watch out for that. And here we're getting chased again. And then after this chase sequence, we're gonna fight our first boss. Every warp room has 5 levels. It has about 5 different levels, some different like themes, mechanics, etc, etc. But there'll always be 5. And after 5 levels, we're gonna fight a boss. The first boss we're gonna face is Tiny Tiger, and he's a joke. First boss of the game. Obviously, they didn't want to make him too tough, but he's a big joke. And since I'm a speedrunner, he's even a bigger joke because I'm just gonna stand in a spot to where like he cannot like hit me. And I'll try to show what I mean. So he's gonna basically cycle through 2 attack patterns. He's gonna try to jump at me. And then once he stops, I can hit him. And then he's going to send the lions. But, it wasn't programmed too well because you can just stand to the left and they can't hit you. So because of that, me and a lot of speedrunners will usually just goof off during this section. I'm just playing one-handed because all I need is the D-pad. So, that's the first boss for Crash 3. He's not that tough. And that's actually going to be a running theme. A lot of the bosses in Crash Bandicoot 3 are not the toughest. The real difficulty definitely comes with the movement levels we'll see in the future. And that's Warp 1 done. That actually went really smoothly. But it is Warp 1, so it's not too shocking. Next, we're going to enter level 6. I might as well mention it because I have so much time to talk, because this is a pretty decent, like, length, run. You might be wondering, like, how I choose what levels to do, and it's just based all on how many masks I have and what cycles I want. So, for masks, I already mentioned how you want 3 in platforming levels, and that's because not only do they make you go faster, but in other levels, they have no effect, because you can't even get them most of the time. So, like, in the underwater levels, you can't get triple masks, so there's no reason to, like, you know, bring 2 masks into a water level unless it's the last one you have to do. And then, the second reason we route is because of cycles. There is, cycles in Crash 3 called Global Cycles, and it's a very weird mechanic, but basically, anytime I'm in a level, every enemy is going in every single level. And what I mean by that is that even though, like, most of these enemies are not rendered in, they're already moving. They're already doing their, like, you know, like, pathing, the cycle, per, you know, what I said. But this also extends to other levels. So, even, like, the final, few levels, like in Warp Room 5, those enemies right now are actually moving. And, it's very weird they programmed it this way. I don't know exactly why. But, they just thought it'd be simpler. So, like, almost every single enemy is going to be moving, as long as I'm not in the hub.
Does that affect load times?
No. That's actually a really good question. Yeah, cycles do not affect load times at all, even for PS2 or PS1, or even EMU if you run on emulator. It does not affect load times, so it's really just, you know, what cycle do you want, and how many masks you have. That's definitely the deciding factor. So here, I decided to do a platforming level, which actually wasn't the best option, because I actually took a hit in the last level, and I didn't realize. So I'm not going to be able to get my triple masks here, and I'm going to have to run through very slowly. But this is another theme of Crash. We're gonna see this come back, and come back, and come back. This theme has like 4 different level variations. They must have really enjoyed it. but it's the Egyptian theme. And honestly, it's a good theme. I enjoy it. It's got some tight platforming, some good music. But they just use it a lot, so we're definitely going to see this come back. Ooh, and he had to turn around. Sick. So that's what I'm going at when I mentioned cycles. That was just a quick live example. I was too slow because I didn't get triple masks earlier. So when I got to him, I wanted him to be walking away so I could hit him. He was walking towards me. It's unfortunate, but it's not very much we can do about that. And then coming up, we have the motorcycle level, which I have nothing positive to say. Out of all the levels in Crash 3, most people don't mind the different levels, but the motorcycle levels is definitely the most controversial, or I guess the more highly debated. Some players don't think they're that bad and don't mind them, and some players, like myself, just can't really stand them. So, because of that, usually we just try to get through them as quick as possible, but they're very boring, because for any percent, you have to win the race. And the AI doesn't put up much of a challenge. So like right now I'm in first. And this is supposed to be a quote-unquote like competitive race with the other vehicles. And it's just not. I smoked them. So a little boring. But there's only, I believe, 3 motorcycle levels. And we can get through them pretty quick, so not a big deal. And then next, we'll go to level 9, which is going to be a Sinks level. It's going to be pretty good. So this level has all kinds of enemies. Every single theme has its own custom enemy, which is cool. It makes every single level feel unique. And this one, you know, has snakes. It has moving doors. It has little like monkeys and jurors coming up. They're gonna like throw like, I think it's rocks at us, but you'll see what I mean. We have guys pulling levers. Like every single enemy. Oh, here they are. Yeah, they're throwing stuff at me. Oh, that was close. But yeah, every single area has their own like enemy design. And it's really cool to see. Just gives every single level its unique taste. And then right there, you actually have to take the right path. But I actually took left for a second because I wanted triple masks. Because they're just that much quicker to grab, even if it wastes a few seconds. And then there we go. Just about done with this level, and Hub 2. Hub 2 was really good, except for the accidental hit, which I didn't even recognize. After this, we have another Tiger level with Coco, and it's actually the last one. Coco's not in this game a whole lot. She is in the Tiger levels and the plane levels, but there's not that many, so she doesn't get much use. But she has pretty fun levels. I like these. And then, I'm actually going to try to focus a little bit. Not a whole lot, I'm not going to go dead silent, but I've been known to like die here before. And dying on these levels is just really embarrassing, because you have to watch a very long death animation cutscene, which, you know, Crash is known for. And then after that, it respawns you all the way like back to the last checkpoint, and all your like initial speed is gone. It's basically a reset at my level, and I'm not even top level, so we definitely don't want to get hit by anything stupid. Because even though we have Akus, a lot of the enemies in this level, or a lot of the pits as well, will just one-hit kill you. It doesn't matter how many like masks you have. But that went fine. That went really smooth actually, so that was awesome. And then we have, yeah, wasn't the kitty cute?
At the kitty.
Sadly, we're not going to see it return. That's it. That's the last chance you get to see it. But yeah, very cute. it's almost worth playing the level just for the kitty. But here we have Dingo Dial, and remember how I said half the bosses in this game are jokes? Well, we saw Tiny Tiger, he didn't put up much of a fight. And now we have Dingo Dial, and he's gonna suffer the same fate, and that's because there was a glitch in this game called the super high jump. By slide jumping and spinning while you're rising in the air, Crash can get just a little bit more height. And usually it's not super useful because, you know, getting more height also means you're losing like speed going forward, so we don't do it a lot. But for Dingo Dial, his crystals that he's supposed to open up for you, they're just too small. They're just too small. We can jump over them. And because of that, it just breaks the entire boss fight. He can't even get off a single attack pattern. So for those of you who are keeping track at home, that is 0 for 2 on the Crash 3 bosses. Absolutely no challenge yet. Which is going to change because some of the future bosses can definitely be a little more rough, but for now it's definitely 0-2. And then since I kept 2 masks, we already know what that means. It means I'm going to head straight to a platforming level and slide jump my way through everything. And then if I'm lucky, I can actually keep this for like the next 3 levels. Which, if I can, will actually be able to blaze through a lot of the levels. But, I've been talking about masks, like, this whole time, and it's just because they're so dependent on, like, what I do. Like, I will literally go to different levels and avoid, like, certain cycles just if I don't have a mask. So, it's very, very varied, if that's even how you could use English, but it just changes the run up a lot. It's not like Mega Man levels of, like, where you can do different robot masters, but it's something, you know? It's gives me a lot of variety to choose from.
So in this speedrun, you don't have to go into the levels in a specific order. You can go into them however you want.
Yep. With the warp rooms, yeah. So with each warp room, 5 levels unlock, and you can do them whichever order you want. But once you do those 5 levels, you fight a boss, and then you get 5 whole new levels. You can do however you want. So like I did 15 first. But for those of you who can count, I should have done 11 first, because after 10 it goes 11. But I just wanted to get 15 out of the way. But yeah, no, you can do them in any order you want. It's very cool mechanic. And Crash 1, you can't do that, but in Crash 2, they also have a similar feature where you can choose any level you want out of like 5. So like each warp room gives you 5 different ones. And then here, we get to ride a little baby dinosaur, so that's cool. Dino mechanics, just because I love going over mechanics. He's slightly faster than Crash, so we'll usually take him. If you jump in the air and you pivot from up left to up right, you do what is called the zigzag. For other Crash games, it's very useful in increasing Crash's speed. For this game, the slide jump is too fast already, so we don't really zigzag. But with the Dino, I can zigzag and just fly past most of the obstacles. The game doesn't recognize that you could just jump over most of them with a zigzag.
Did you purposely lose the dinosaur there, or is he just like...
Oh yeah, he is set to leave. Once he hits that spot,
okay.
he is done-o. Good question though, good question. Yeah, once he gets to that point, he just, like, gives up, I think, or something, because, like, he just, like,
I know, it's like,
knocks me off.
Go?
There actually is a glitch to get him through the entire level, but it is slower because you have to set the glitch up. So, it's sadly slower, but, that could have been a cool swag strat I could have showed off, like, but it's actually kind of tough, I'll be honest. I don't know if I could hit it. You have to, like, when he, like, knocks you off, you have to, like, belly flop on, like, the same frame. So, it could be a little rough. And here is level 13, or as I like to call it, annoying level. And the reason I call it the annoying level, which isn't a very creative name, I realize, is because, it's all cycle dependent. The blankets I need to, traverse on are on cycles, and after 13 levels, I can't really, like, you know, keep the cycles in order. So because of that, like, most of this is just blind. Like, I'm just hoping that they're in, like, good spots. See, like, right now they're not. I have to wait. But a lot of it, I'm just waiting, and I'm hoping that they're in good spots. Which, this isn't even going to be in a good spot. I got lucky there. Wow. Very lucky. Very lucky again. Even though I didn't control the cycles too well, now this is unlucky. All I've been saying is, like, lucky, lucky. That was obviously unlucky because, obviously it wasn't where I wanted it to be, but that's fine. It's not a whole lot you can do there. Once you get to this point in the run, everything's just random. So you just take it how you get it. You just hope you get good luck. But with that being said, we're about halfway through this game. It's not super, super long. And a lot of the levels go by pretty quick. I have to mention this, because if I don't, I'll get yelled at in the future. But, I am currently riding on the Deep Apple. In Crash 3, there's different vehicles for levels, and for the underwater levels, they have a little submarine, as you saw I was riding on. But in Japan, they call it the Deep Apple. And I don't know why, but that has kind of been a meme recently in my chat. And I know if I didn't mention that, I knew I was going to get slack from someone. So, I'll mention it. It's really interesting, though, because Crash actually, like, sold pretty well in Japan, but when it came for naming, they kind of just dropped the ball, because, I don't know what Deep Apple is, but, that's what they called it. It's what's in the manual, so...
Maybe it's because he eats all apples and the other, like, you know...
Yeah, he eats the Wampa fruit, so maybe they're like, oh, it looks like apples, and you know what? He rides a submarine. We'll just call it Deep Apple, you know? It's so weird, though, because, like, you know, like, all the other Crash vehicles have, like, mostly, like, Japan names, you know? And then for some reason, this one's just Deep Apple. I'll have to definitely, if you're interested, like, definitely look it up. Like, it's not even a joke. It's, like, so weird. But no, the Deep Apple is really, like, based, though. It's really sick. Because, it just lets us fly by this level. Because we can, dash with the Deep Apple, and we can also shoot things with its, missiles. Alright. Then level 14.
We just got a
donation
when we have a chance.
Oh, I'm on the motorcycle level. You already know how I feel about these. You go right ahead.
Excellent. We got a $10 donation from Dr. Perry Falls that says, let's go!
Let's go! Thank you so much for the donation. It's going to a great cause. Not gonna lie, I have no clue if that donation was inspired by the Deep Apple or if it was just, you know, generosity. We'll never know. But, no, seriously, thank you for the donation. All of it is going to a great, great cause, I can assure you. And, with that being said, this is the second motorcycle level we're going to encounter today. Not great, again. The motorcycle levels, in the later stages tend to go longer. And you might think, oh, the longer stages, you know, they'll be more difficult. But it actually works in the kind of reverse way. Since the tracks are longer, it's actually quicker for me to, like, catch up in first. Like, I have more time to, like, get to first. So because of that, these later levels are actually, like, slightly easier. So, I don't know what happened in the balancing department there, but...
Balancing what?
Balancing...
Game testing what?
Never heard of it. Oh my gosh.
These games are better balanced and game tested than games are now, so we
That
can't
is
give them
true.
crap.
That is true. I mean, have you guys heard of Anthem? maybe any No Man's Skyers in chat?
Right?
Maybe even a Cyberpunk? Okay, I'll stop. But, yeah, no, I guess I might as well mention how I got into speedrunning, because it was actually kind of based on that. And that's not even a joke. I was playing a lot of, like, modern, like, AAA games, you know, just playing anything that'd come out. And I started getting some nostalgia for these games, and I, you know, was like, maybe I should play them sometime in the future, and I just never did, you know? I just started, you know, being like, oh, I'll play it later. Well, disappointing game after disappointing game, the Insane Trilogy comes out, and I'm like, you know what? I'll play it again. And I got hooked. And eventually I booted up my old PS2, and I was like, wow, these games are fantastic. And I just started playing them again, and I've not stopped. I've been doing it for almost a year now. It's gonna be a year and I think a month. So,
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
The disappointment of AAA titles equals, let's just go back to retro.
Honestly, yeah. Which is insane, because during I guess my teenage years, like young adult years, I never felt that way. It was like only like in recent years I was like, okay, I'm not being disappointed again. You know, I'm just gonna play something I know is good. The silver PS2. Oh, dude, the silver PS2. Yeah, I'm definitely running on the silver PS2. That's 77K. I guess I might as well mention In Trophy, because I've kind of just been joking recently. He's the third boss in the game, and if you've been keeping track at home, the tally right now is 0 for 2, and this guy makes it 0 for 3. He,
Wait, I thought we were already at 0 for 3.
No, we just hit 0 for 3.
Well, apparently I can't count, so that's okay.
Either that or I misspoke. I'll be honest, I've been known to do that. But we are now officially at 0 for 3. Because even though we have to fight him, like, legit, like, I can't, like, glitch and, like, hit him early, his attack pattern is very predictable, very easy to, like, you know, memorize. And because of that, he's a joke. So, that's just another easy boss, 0 for 3. Yeah. Hopefully they start getting some better bosses here soon. I won't spoil it, but, you know, you need a challenge. Here we have the first future level. This is future tense. You can actually jump around these little gates, but I'm not doing that, and it's not because I'm bad, I swear. It's because I want this cycle. I want the cycle that I know is going to come up, because the gates, even though they're a universal cycle, with how they turn on and off, I can tell what's coming up. So I want to actually, like, wait for that. And then now I know that once I get triple ox right here, I'm just gonna, like, destroy the stage. Because I know that everything's gonna be ready for me. Mainly the green platforms. There's those green platforms that, can turn red and can turn sideways. But once you get triples, they won't turn. And with the cycle I got, I know that they're gonna be perfect every time.
Does that have anything to do with the enemies also being auto-loaded in for these?
Yeah. So, everything's auto-loaded, not only the enemies, but also, like, anything that runs on a cycle, so, like, the gates as well. But, we can actually tell what cycle we're on, because the gates, like, even though they run, like, with all the other cycles, they're, like, kind of an information tool. They let us know that, hey, if I wait behind this gate, I'm gonna get, you know, some good cycles coming up. So, we kind of, abuse that. You can jump over them if you really want to be, like, fast, like, world record speed, but I wouldn't recommend it. Crazy dog. Whoa, I'm dereklander, alright?
Listen,
there we go, there we go.
I'm on pseudoephedrine and a lot of medication right now.
Dude, Crazy Dog, you're killing this game, man.
Yeah, right? Oh my god.
I'm
just gonna see myself out. I'm just gonna walk out. No. New host.
Honestly, that's the funniest thing that's happened at a marathon. I've had some marathons where it's been pretty dry. Host 0. dereklander
Marathon 1.
Yep, Marathon 1. Oh gosh, that's seriously funny. Like, if it was like anyone else, like who I like actually knew, I would have thought that was done on purpose, because that's just the type of humor I have with me and my friends. We just joke with each other about stuff like that. But coming up, I say coming up, I'm in it. Whoops. What I meant to say was I'm in the water level. Crash, he's kind of like Sonic. He can't swim, except where Sonic can almost swim, like, you know, for a few like seconds. Crash can't even like have his head lowered in the water. If he even has his nose dipping in the water, he will instantly drown. And that, you know, is an instant death. You lose your Akus, everything sucks, cycles are off. So because of that, we usually like to come at this level where we can get triple Akus. And that's because when you have triple Akus, the water level never rises. Because, you know, you're supposed to be, like, invincible. You know, you're such a skilled player to, like, bring the Akus this far. So they kind of reward you for that, which is something we abuse. But this is the only water level in the game. And it's also another beginner's trap. A lot of beginners struggle with this level at first, which, good reason. It's very annoying to get the hang of, especially if you're trying to, like, actually get the boxes that's, like, in the water area. But no, that was fine. This run's actually been fire. Can I say that? I think, like, we're actually on...
say whatever you want.
I think we're on PB pace. Can I say it? PB pace during a marathon? No way. No way.
I'm jinxing it.
Honestly, I am, because as much as I love PB, you know what I love more? I love content. And anyone who's been in my stream knows I've choked so many paces to content. And it's not even on purpose. Like, even though it sounds like it's on purpose because I said content, I like, actually am just, like, known to choke, like, so many paces. It's not even funny. Oh, I love you, chat. Goodness. PB pay. Dude, Crazy Dog, you're killing it, dude. First, he had an incredible run, which call me, was it Crazy Tone Dog that did the hit and run game, the Simpsons one? Is that information correct?
Yes.
Alright, so not only did you have an incredible Simpsons run, you're also killing Crash 3. He is insane today.
I mean, I hear he's playing Spyro next, too.
He's playing Oh!
Yeah, wow.
That's like all my favorite games rolled up in one. Okay, that wasn't great.
But I hear this dude named Derek's gonna be playing Kirby soon. I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be awesome.
Which Kirby game?
It's called Kirby Air Ride.
I'm not gonna lie, I never played that game. It's gonna be an interesting event. I didn't really talk about Synxinator at all, because I was kind of just joking around. There is literally, like, nothing you need to, like, think about Synxinator. It's just another simple Egyptian level. Here we have planes, though, and there is something I want to talk about in planes. So, we get to control Coco, and our objective is to destroy all 7 blimps. Now, there's mainly, like, 2 things you need to know about these levels. One, the blimps don't move. I know it looks like they might be flying, but they're not. They're actually stationary targets. So because of that, they don't run on any cycles, and we can literally just go the same way every time. So I usually go right to left. If you're crazy and you want to waste like 10 seconds, you can go left to right. I wouldn't recommend it. And then the second thing you need to know about these levels is analog. If you play Crash Bandicoot with analog, that is perfectly fine, but when it comes to these levels, you really shouldn't. Because these levels, they don't have dead zone, like, recognition, which means if any of your, like, sticks, well, I meant the left one, because that's what you used to control, if it, like, barely drifts to the left, you will, like, not be able to control the plane, because the game has, like, no filter for that. So, if you play Crash Bandicoot with analog, that's perfectly fine, but my suggestion, don't use it when you're flying. Trust me, you'll have a much smoother experience. But other than that, the plane levels are real simple. I'll just... Oh gosh. Here we have another jet ski level. Yeah. I love the jet ski level's aesthetics, but it's not a whole lot going on here. I guess another thing, just to complain about cycles, because you guys definitely have not heard me complain about that enough. The waves on these levels actually run on cycles, like the actual like waves that go up and down in this level. Basically, they mean nothing.
Like auto spawned in too?
Yeah. It's kind of weird, but yeah, the waves, they're just on their like own cycle, and they just go up and down depending on like what the cycle calls for.
I mean, that's hot, but okay.
Whoa. That's...
Ooh. Speaking of hot, we've got a chatter here in chat that says, "Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe how handsome our current runner is?"
Okay.
Can we get some ooh-woos in chat?
Alright. Who was it? I'm so curious. I have to know. I just missed it.
Yes, we have Dylan J. Fox.
Oh, Dylan! And now the whole chat's spamming ooh. That's sick. No, seriously, everyone in chat, give yourselves a pat on the back. That's like sick. Gosh. No, Dylan, he's a good friend of mine. He got me into this event. He actually did the one before. And said it was a fun time, and I've been looking to do more marathons. You know, get some public speaking, like, you know, experience. Try not to be such a shy boy. And I have Dylan to thank for it. So thank you, Dylan, for recommending this this marathon. It's been a great time so far.
What you're saying is it's actually Senpai Dylan J. Fox.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of have this like bit in my channel where like I'm supposed to like not like Dylan. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But like at the same time, I liked it. I don't. Look, it's complicated. I'll be honest. It's
okay. Yeah. It's a complicated relationship.
Yeah.
I could see.
Yeah, I just like joking around with Dylan, though. Dylan's actually a good guy. Same with, I also see you, Hammer. Appreciate you being here as well. I think you ever run at some point, or you did.
Oh, I see. It's a tsundere relationship. That's hot. Okay, I like that.
Maybe. Just maybe. But, the next boss we have is the engine fight. This boss, he's actually not a joke. Bosses were 0 for 3. This guy... not a joke.
As we go into a Gundam fight, I like this. It's all very anime themed.
Very anime. We talked about like, what was it, Tsunderes? Is that what Dylan typed? I can't pronounce Japanese too well. Like when it comes to anime, but yeah, kind of. Yeah, well, we'll go with the anime theme. You know, why not? It's kind of a Gundam fight. The first phase of the boss is actually a joke. I like lied to you guys, but there's a second phase, and the second phase is not a joke. He basically just gets a bunch of weapons, and he's gonna start blasting them at us. Since we're speedrunners, we want to beat this as quick as possible, but some of these weapons can definitely do some damage. Okay. Especially that diamond-looking thing. That yellow, like, diamond thing that was chasing me. That thing does, like 40% damage, like 40 or 30. So, we don't want to, like, get hit by that at all, because it's a lot of damage. It's like a flex tape.
Get some, bless RNGs in chat.
Absolutely. Also, if this run could not get any hotter, besides me and Dylan being in the same room, I just beat that boss without taking a single hit.
Excellent.
I think this is PB pace.
There we go.
I think this is PB pace. I'm not joking. What time are we at?
We are at just not quite at 41.
What?
Now we're at 41.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're ahead of PB by at least like a minute.
You're behind the dresser. Dylan's in the closet.
It makes sense. I'm not gonna say anything about that, but I've definitely had insider info with Dylan. Gosh. But, I'm kind of nervous now, I'm not gonna lie. I was not nervous during this entire event. I should have not asked for the time, but it was one of those, like, curiosity things, you know? And
yeah, I'm gonna lie to you next time.
Yeah, next time, can you say, like, well, like an hour 10 and I'm, like, throwing off schedule? Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Here we have Bug Life, or Bug Light. I think it's Light, not Life. It's not the movie. Duh. But basically the gimmick of this is that like you have limited vision. But since we are like zooming so fast, most of the time we'll always have two fireflies by us. So the whole night mechanic doesn't really play effect. But usually, like, when you do the level normally, you'd be on, like, a timer. And then eventually the fireflies would leave. And once they leave, like, you basically have to do the level, like, completely in the dark. And it's actually kind of difficult for 100% completion at times if you're, like, more of a beginner runner. In any percent, we're like, you know, not focusing on boxes. So the game gives us plenty of time to get from firefly to firefly. And then there we go. That was a good level. That was good. No hit. Which is good, because coming up we have another future level. And if you get two Akus through there, which means you don't take a hit, 21 becomes way easier because you can just damage abuse everything. So, well, everything except for this first guy. I'm actually going to slow down. I seriously don't want this to be ruined by that guy.
Or the love of gaming does not condone abuse, except in Crash Bandicoot 3.
Indeed, indeed. And only when it comes to levels. Only when it comes to levels. Let's make that clear. I know Crash is definitely an interesting character, but, yeah, overall he's a good guy, though. You know, he's saving the world, you know, one step at a time. He's getting the crystals before Cortex can get to them. Overall, good guy.
He's improving his thick thighs with all the fruit he's eating.
Alright, can I, alright, off topic, I know. You're the best host I've had. just in terms of just commentary. Oh my gosh. Gosh.
Crash Bandicoot is apparently Hammerhead Lab's uncle. Oh, I'm sorry. Is he one of those uncles?
No! Also, Hammerhead, you definitely have some explaining to do, because, if Crash is your uncle, then like, where did you get into the picture, if you, like, catch my drift, you know? Like, if he's your uncle...
Well, he must also be red-headed and very hairy as well, so...
Yeah, something.
I demand pics, Hammerhead.
Hammerhead streams a face cam all the time. You're gonna have to tune into a Hammerhead stream one time. It's definitely interesting. He does all kinds of games. So the hosts for this marathon are iconic. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Look, I just got off of a marathon yesterday, man, and I was talking to myself. All right, I was crying. So this has been a fun time. Seriously, my God.
You didn't have anybody to wipe or lick your tears off. That's awful.
No. And then when I complained about it, they said just be more funny. And then I cried even harder.
I mean, that's the point. Like, I mean, if you're explaining a run, sometimes the hosts don't want to, like, you know, interrupt you, but...
Yeah.
It's always fun when you can, like, banter back and forth, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, especially with Crash, I explained most of the mechanics, like, earlier. This is just another Egyptian-themed level. By now, like, a lot of the levels are starting to be, you know, repeated. So usually by Warp 5, this is when people kind of just shut their brains off. And also it's because, believe it or not, Warp 5 is actually easier than Warp 4. Again, going back to the balancing question, this game was not balanced very well. I am giving you a promo, Hammer. You deserve it. Oh. I guess I should explain the enemy's attack patterns and hitboxes. So obviously they attack by cycles. I mean, cycles. It's like I won't shut up about it. But a lot of the enemy's attack patterns in this game are very linear. And what I mean by that is that, like, most of the time, if there's an obstacle in your way, you can usually just jump around it. And it's like the game devs didn't really, like, extend the hitboxes. So, for, like, some of the fire there, or some of these swinging enemies who were coming at me, you saw I kind of just went around them, and like I was fine. Apparently
they didn't know what invisible walls were, like AAA titles do today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, Crash Bandicoot 3 needs a remaster past insane where they just add invisible walls everywhere. I want to have no fun. I want to wait for the cycles, you know? For sure, for sure. Oh. And then this is the last motorcycle level, and I'm actually really upset. I'm so upset, actually. This could be issues. Usually, this is the longest one, so usually there'd be no risk of failing it. There's a risk of failing it because for some reason, I held right instead of left. I, like, went out of bounds. So I had to get placed back on the track, and,
That's okay, I'll put L and R on your hands. Give me a minute, let me find my marker.
You know what, we're just gonna redo that level. That didn't happen. I'm blind, like, I'm wearing a blindfold, my hands are like, you know, actually like lobster hands. I can't hold the controller, I mean, you know, excuse something,
That's cool, we could do a reward next time you play this, so you could do it all blindfolded.
Oh my gosh, I have no hope. Because, I should have mentioned
all
it at the...
motorcycle blindfolded.
Oh my gosh, no hope. I should have mentioned this at the very, very beginning of the run, so, like, Crash enthusiasts probably are, like, not too happy with me. But at the very beginning of the run, we turn off sound effects. And the reason we do that is because it stops all the cutscenes from playing. Because every single cutscene in this game, you know, it has a dialogue box. You know, like, an enemy talks to you or Cortex talks to you, right? But, if you turn the sound effects off, the game recognizes, like, oh, well, they're not going to talk to you because you turned it off. So we just won't play this, you know, cutscene. And, because of that, it saves a lot of time. So, like, every single Crash runner who runs this game, turns off, sound effects. So, because of that, doing a blindfolded run would be nearly impossible unless you really have muscle memory down for the whole, you know, level. But, you know what? One day, I might do a donation incentive. I'll do one of the, like, motorcycle levels blindfolded. And then, after we waste an hour, I'll actually, like, open my eyes.
I believe in you. I feel like you could do this muscle memory.
Maybe. That'll be incentive for next time, maybe. Just, you know, just get the blindfold out, just start running, and then when I eventually, like, drive off the track 5 times or hit someone, you all can just be like, no, you're doing great! You're doing fantastic! Last place in the game, but first place in my heart, you know, some corny stuff like that.
You could have Dylan in here, you know, on Discord, just telling you left, right, left, right.
Oh my god! That would make it worse!
Little, like,
I would rather play blind!
Like he could just, like, you know, help you wiggle a little bit back and forth.
No, I'd rather play blind. I think Dylan yelling at me and telling me what direction to play, I'd be like, it'd be over. The marathon would just be, like, 8 hours of Dylan yelling at me until I said I'm heading to bed.
It sounds like he wants to do it ASMR style. It looks like, yeah. There's a bid for ASMR. You're saying left.
What?
Right.
The voices.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they coming from? Dylan, is
awesome.
that you?
Yeah.
No. Give Derek the Sprash Vecta Splot. I'm actually planning on doing Sprash Vecta in the future, so, I don't know if a marathon really wants to give a runner 12 hours. But, you know, if they do, I'm sorry, am I seriously gonna die here? I'm not gonna die here. Okay. So in the, previous planes level, I mentioned how, like, the planes don't move, right? Like, they kind of just stay still. These planes are awful because they do move, and they're cycle dependent, so as soon as I enter, like, the first level of the run, they're just immediately, like, doing their thing. So because of that, these planes can just go all over the place, and, it sucks. because I'm at 24%, and the plane's like a mile away. The health pack is a mile away, and dying here would be like just drastic. So I'm gonna try not to do that because I don't want to do this whole level over again. And we should be fine. I'm behind the plane. Yeah, we're fine. Just a little tense. Just a little, like, you know, spice up the content, you know? A little salt and pepper.
It's fine, it's fine. Salty bay, salty bay.
Yeah, just salt it a little bit, you know? Get the flavor out. Get the juicy run going. And then we're at the end of the run, which is Cortex. Now, I was on PB pace, and I don't want you to tell me what pace I'm on now, like what time. But
I can't read anyway, it's fine.
Good, but I'm sorry. I can't read. Good. But since I had to restart the bike level because I got just smacked by everything, I assume PB is dead. But even being close to PB in a marathon is ridiculous. So this has been seriously one of the best runs I've had in a marathon. So yeah. Thank you all for letting me on. It's been fun. And I guess I have other games to do, but like they'll take like a few minutes, so like, you know, might as well appreciate the time we have together while it lasts.
Yeah, because apparently we've got some quickies after this.
Oh yeah, Bone Dance. Bone Dance is funny though, so I'm gonna look forward to that. And then the other Spyro game I'm doing, Into the Dragonfly, it's gonna... Bro. I almost got hit with the arm. Alright, I might as well explain that. So this boss fight, everything is the same, except for the mines Cortex throws out. And what I mean when I meant I almost just got armed is Cortex will throw a bomb, you know, however far, and like, you know, left to right. Like, he just throws them random, right? But usually if you stand all the way in the back, you'll be fine, because he usually doesn't throw them that far back, right? But, that time, he almost got me, because he threw it back all the way in the corner. Also, time coming up now, that will be time. Sorry, that was late notice. But yeah, time. Was it P? Ah, it wasn't! It wasn't PB! The stupid bike level. Just short.
Yeah, I have about 54:03 when you told me to stop.
Honestly, yeah, good time. Really good time for a marathon. I think I estimated like 58. And, everything went good. I got to show off what I wanted to. Just that bike level. It's pretty hard to fail bike level. I made fun of it the whole run, and then as soon as I go into it, the last one, of course, I get just bodied. But that was fun.
You jinxed yourself. It's okay though.
I
I
did. But yeah, GG for real. Thank you, Hammer. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Crazy Tone Dog. Also, incredible run, by the way, Crazy Tone Dog. GG on the new PB. You can use this footage if you want to. Submit to SRC. You'll get like 60th place. So, yeah. And,
that was an amazing run. That was a lot of fun. And we're not even going to go anywhere. We're not even switching the cameras. We're not even going anywhere away. Dereklander staying on the screen because we've got Spyro the Dragon, Ripto's Rage, and with the Bone Dance coming up next.
Yep. So that's going to be fun. See you then.
Yeah. Swapping that disc out. Guys, get your donations in. Yeah, more Derek. We got 2 more runs coming up from Derek here. So he doesn't even get to leave his chair. As he leaves your chair, as you leave your chair, you make me a liar. Dang it. Okay, fair enough. That's cool. But why he's switching discs?
I'm back. I'm back. Don't worry. I'm back.
It's all right. It's all right.
I must admit. I've been talking up the silver PS2 for a while. You know, it looks amazing. But it looks so good, and it runs my games so well. I just keep it away from all my gamer stuff because I just don't want to, you know, risk it, you know. So because of that, when I swap disc, I have to like walk like a few steps, which is more exercise than what I usually get. But but yeah, no.